Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mampolo from Mampolo's Corner. Renee Amaisa. Guys, so Tinubu see Obasanjo finish. They call him sick man. Tinubu see Obasanjo finish. They call him disabled man. Oh. Tinubu see Obasanjo finish. They call our baba. Somebody one day mentally derail. Tinubu. This life no balance. So. This life no balance. So if you bring Obasanjo, keep him this side. we bring Tinubu, we keep him for the other side. Who we go talk say you know well? Who we go talk say you know well? Now only Nigeria they see where Ketu they call pot black. What is the problem here? I see where in fact this will not be even Ketu and pot thing. This is a question of pot and stainless plate. Now only Nigeria they see black pot, very black pot. They call stainless plate black. I know they understand what is happening here. So Tinubu get the mind, get the effrontery, get the temerity, get the audacity to call our Baba Obasanjo. Say na sick man, say na somebody one day mentally seko. Wahala not too much. No, before I begin to analyze this video, because I go play other videos. When Tinubu don't contradict himself inside this video, I'm going to play other videos when Tinubu and APC people don't contradict themselves inside this video. But before I will go on analyzing and playing other videos, let's watch where they call Obasanjo sick man, disabled person, mentally derailed and all sort. Watch video.
Well, let's begin what's trending. The presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on Thursday dismissed the endorsement of Peter Obi by Nigeria's former president Olusegun Obasanjo. Tinubu, while speaking at a rally in Benin, the Edo state capital, said that Obasanjo is trying to deceive Nigerians by endorsing Peter Obi, insisting that the former president is not qualified to recommend a president for Nigerians, and described his endorsement as a blind man leading the blind.
Can that man recommend a leader for you in Nigeria?
No!
Is that not sending an agent to pick your pocket? A blind leading the blind. I'm sorry. I'm not insulting you medically impaired people. Or it don't go work, they will end up in the ditch. If I talk about Obasanjo and Obi, you think they are human beings together put.
Jesus. This man got bad mouth.
One who don't know the way cannot show the way.
Well, Tinubu also criticized Nigeria's former vice president and the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, stating that Atiku cannot boast of any good job that he has done for the country, and described him as a customs officer who cannot define the ethics of civil service provision. Tinubu went on to state that if elected into office, he would provide jobs and turn internet fraudsters, known as Yahoo boys, into experts at manufacturing and creation of chips. Then, in his usual fashion, delivered yet another inscrutable lingo. Let's take a look.
We create hubs.
Hubs.
We will turn this state to energy state.
Amen!
Turn the so-called Yahoo boys to experts in manufacturing and creation of chips that we intercept and all.
What's that?
I cannot even get the people that are applauding, but let me take some reactions.
So
I'm
Yahoo
sorry.
boys that are going to prepare chips.
Chinaza wrote, Tinubu campaigned in Lagos and in some other northern parts. He didn't insult their young men, but he reached Edo State. He called the young men Yahoo boys, and that he would turn them into manufacturer of chips. This is to tell you that this man has no regard for the South, and Southeast. Well, Olayemi wrote, I will turn the so-called Yahoo boys to experts in manufacturing and creation of chips and ... You heard that, right? This clearly shows that Baba Tinubu is lying with no clue let me tell you, 98% of the so-called Yahoo boys can't even write a hello.
Yes.
Rufai.
No, but that tweet is true. Most of these Yahoo boys are boys that, when you look at them, some of them have education, but the moral part of them is bankrupt already. A lot of them can't write this, can't write that. Only very few of them can write all of that. So what was even the expression about the Yahoo boy? If we talk now, they'll say we are talking. What's the expression about the Yahoo boy?
Why glorify
something
them?
In the first place? People that are doing fraud. How about saying you are going to improve on the ICT hubs, like CC Hub and the likes we have, like Mr. Feni was saying? The next thing you are saying, Yahoo boy. What concern us are Yahoo boys now again? That you're putting. So what are you even insinuating? Why did even the topic of Yahoo boy come? You have a lot of Nigerians doing well. You didn't even mention the likes of Flutterwave, innovating, building tech unicorns. We improve upon that. You are improving upon Yahoo boy. And it's getting too much with all this on it. What did he say?
I don't know.
Is it speaking in tongues or what? Or is it just he went into a spiritual something or
Well, do you know some people are saying that it might even be the technique he's using to remain relevant?
Technique?
He's been
that's
trending,
not a
so
good technique. But let's go back to this context of the matter. He said a lot of things there. Like I said this morning, for the sake of balancing, politicians will call anybody the devil when it's not going in their interest. He's abused the presidential candidate of the PDP, calling him a custom officer. Did he call him the same custom officer when they were together in the APC? Because we forget that all of these politicians were together at some points. Or let me even dial back. Did he call him a custom officer, or could he call him when they were together at the SDP in the 90s?
Oh, yeah.
So when you hear politicians talk, I think Nigerians should be wise now to think of what politicians can do for them. And on this campaign, I didn't hear of the ideas that will invigorate a nation. Anyway, Dr. Bati, you were saying that it's not issue-based campaign, it's ethnicity, it's all of that, which is a sad commentary on how we become as a nation.
Yes.
Because that means we are not moving forward, and that's why the problems will persist. We vote for people based on sentiment. We don't vote on the issues. Then we don't have a right to complain when the country goes down the drain.
Nobody can complain.
Obasanjo made a very valid point.
So we should go back to the issues. So when you see them abusing themselves, Nigerians, ask yourself,
shine your eyes.
What can they do for you? If they can't do anything, leave them alone. But most importantly, get your PVC. That's the most important thing, because that will soon close. And a lot of people might be disenfranchised.
All right, Dr. Bati.
Okay, number one, I think that politicians, presidential candidates and their spokespersons must realize that all of this race is going to end by March.
It's all right.
By March, we will know who has won, who has lost. Okay, so how do they face the people they have abused after the elections? How do they face, live up to the enmity that they have created? Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is calling Baba Obasanjo a blind man.
A blind man.
Okay, so after the election has been won and lost, will he be able to stand in front of Obasanjo and say, you are a blind man? The same blind man that he went to visit in Abeokuta.
He did that.
Okay, some people say he wasn't looking for his endorsement, but he paid him his due respect as an elder statesman.
Right there.
So the blind man was good enough for him to go and visit. So now he says President Obasanjo is a disabled man, a man living with physical disability. So Jesus. I just think that, look, there should be civility in the language. And we have made a point here that the presidential candidates are the ones setting the bad example for their associates and their spokespersons. Second thing is that people must also realize that the law frowns at hate speech, vitriol. Part of the problem we face in this electoral process is that nobody is enforcing the law. If you look at the Electoral Act from section 91 to 92 to 93, penalties are even prescribed. Even for broadcasters also, there are penalties for hate speech, for heating up the polity, and nobody is doing anything about it. So these guys go onto the campaign platforms, all they do is abuse people. No, that's unacceptable. People who want to lead Nigeria should show good example. Now, apart from calling Obasanjo a blind man and P2B, I hear that is the way it's called, you know, a blind man. He also said that Atiku is a customs officer who does not know anything, who has no knowledge of ethics, and who cannot even define the ethics of civil service provision. We don't need all of that. What we need are the ideas about how you want to lead Nigeria. But he spoke about tourism, turning Edo State into a tourism destination, the antiquities and all that. Okay, maybe that's one major issue. And as for the language that you said he spoke, okay, Frank Shaibu has written, you know, a response to that. Frank Shaibu is one of the spokespersons of Atiku, you know, and he quoted what he said in Weri, what he said elsewhere, and all that. Well, if I was Asiwaju Tinubu's strategist, I probably would come and say, well, what Nigerians do not know is that the man speaks other languages that may not be known to Nigerians. Maybe it's a polyglottal, you know, affectation. So when he says blah 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 blah, 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 or he says gru 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 gru, or, you know, maybe he's a polyglot. But then his strategists need to identify that language for us. But going forward, he should speak the kind of language that the electorate will understand, not bala bala blu 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 gru 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 gru. No, you know, I think that's the point there. But
well, all right.
The strategists can turn it around. I say he's a polyglot. He speaks in many tongues as the spirit moves him.
Exactly what I thought. Well, all right.
Guys, I don't hear from Baba Tinubu. So I want to ask a question. Why you be saying that when you reach Benin, now you can't remember say Yahoo boys. Yahoo boys, you need to turn them from Yahoo boys to people when they sell chips. Now, are you trying to insinuate that Benin is the headquarters of Yahoo boys? Because you are insulting my Benin people. Yes? Because it got the way when they take interpret something. It don't be the way normal people they take interpret something and they take interpret something, you know. For me, I am seeing this as an insult to Benin youths or Edo youths. You are trying to tell them that this is the capital city of fraud. You don't need to tell them directly. You are telling them indirectly that this is the capital city of Yahoo boys. This is where Yahoo originates, and this is their headquarters. That's what you are telling Benin people. That's what you are telling my Edo youth. I mean, you don't know. Why you be saying all the campaign when you don't do every state? You not talk about Yahoo people. How you go change them? Because now you be the Holy Spirit. How you go change them from Yahoo boys to people when they sell chips? I don't know what you speak there. Dot. You better say the thing down. Go. You when they talk, say somebody is mentally challenged, somebody is physically challenged, somebody is you they call Obasanjo physically where you cannot make a sentence without speaking blue blah blue blah blue blah blue. I can't they say why you be say black pot they call stainless plate black. And why you be say Nigeria opposite everything opposite. So I can't they ask you question. Why you be say rich Benin you can't remember Yahoo boys. You are trying to tell us, you trying to tell us we want to be Benin people say our youth na Yahoo capital now be Benin. Now be Edo State. You use style they insult us. You think so we no. Unless people want not they decode for me, and they decode far. Now this is the same Tinubu when they call Obasanjo sick man now because say endorse P2B. Because say you know endorse you go visit them. You don't go visit Obasanjo. You go visit Obasanjo, they beg and say, endorse me, Baba. You are either state man, your boy is lawyer, you are the boss. You they praise them inside this video. This video when they play by the corner do so. Not be you, Obasanjo the host say, come my pikin inside this video. Come, my son. Come, let me go and educate you and tell you the right thing for you to do at your age. Not be you, Obasanjo the drag so. You go make you endorse you because you know endorse you now. Obasanjo, you don't become sick man. You don't become mentally and disabled man. Are you normal? Even the Buhari when you bring for us was endorsed by Baba Obasanjo in 2015. And Buhari was very happy. Saying this is one of the most respected elder statesmen. One of the most respected past presidents that endorsed him, that you cannot do without Obasanjo. No, because you know endorse APC again, you know endorse you don't become bad man. If you think I'm making up, let's watch where Buhari they confirm say you cannot win without going to meet Baba. Who is the first democratic president of Nigeria? If you think I'm making it up, let's watch Baba Buhari confirming that Baba Obasanjo is the number one. Watch the video.
General, you today just got a huge, massive endorsement from a former ally of President Goodluck Jonathan. That is the former President Obasanjo. How do you react to that? I mean, what will that do for your campaign?
Well, it will certainly bring more supporters to us and more confidence again to us for those who were sitting on the fence. Because General Obasanjo is highly respected, and as far as the Nigerian nation is concerned, there is no serious issue that can be discussed without people being seeking for his opinion and listening to it.
Now this same man, what do they call Baba Buhari? That is our able president. Now Tinubu support 2015. He said you cannot do without Obasanjo when it comes to political arena of Nigeria. But Tinubu they curse him. He abuse our Baba. He abuse our first democratic president of Nigeria. You abuse them. You got us to the time say Baba Obasanjo. That say Baba Obasanjo know well. You and Baba Obasanjo who know well. Now be the question. Who know well? Because this thing, I mean, not there, right? Somebody is confused here. Who is confused? Now, me, they confused. I you, Tinubu. Baba Obasanjo know well, and are you well? Make we leave him here. Make we leave him here. Guys, if you love what I do, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, even on TikTok. All our political. I love you guys. Peace out.